It's Trumpstein Day. I love the just the titles over here, okay? DOJ tells people to flag any identifying information that should have been hidden. Listen, if you see any uncensored children, any SSNs from DoorDash delivery drivers, any current addresses from Epstein grooming victims, please let us know. We will go back. We will address it. This is a beta build of the Epstein files. Please let us know, okay? Trump admin was forced to release the documents. That is true. AP reporters are reviewing the files. By the way, they dropped like hundreds of thousands of files, so nobody knows what's in them yet. Right now, there are journalists, amateur and professional, running through them as quickly as they can. And you know what? We're not going to do that here. For one, I don't think I can do it better or faster than other people. For two, I don't want to stumble across any information the Justice Department failed to redact. For three, you do not want to watch me read a bunch of small print for dozens and dozens of hours in an attempt to find something that may or may not be interesting. That's why we wait for other people to look through it. By which I mean, yes, we browse Twitter. White House responds to DOJ's request, or DOJ's release of Epstein files. By releasing thousands of pages of documents cooperating with the House Oversight Committee's subpoena request and President Trump recently calling for further investigations into Epstein's Democrat friends, the Trump admin has done more for the victims than Democrats ever had, said White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson. They called themselves the most transparent administration in history. All you need to do is legally compel them to release the files, and they will. They'll all be redacted, but they will. Insane redactions. Yes. There we go. Yes. At least in the in the SCP files, you know, they leave a couple of key bits of information there, so you have something to go off of. You know, it is quite literally all blacked out. That's phenomenal. That's really, really good. At least here they bothered to black out the lines. I bet you by the time you get to this point, they had so many files to go through that they just blacked out the pages instead, you know? This one's really good. What the fuck? This is creepy as shit. It's a roll of film. Okay, now we're back. We're back to the SCP files. Worst possible response from the Trump admin if we want to get past this thing? Yeah. Just like a block. I can't believe they didn't take the steps beforehand to like more selectively censor stuff. If they left it to the last minute, so they had to censor everything, and now everyone's going to be mad as hell over it. There's a really bad pic of Bill Clinton. Well, show it. I mean, well, bad how? His house looks like it's trying to molest people. It's what quiet luxury looks like. Ro Khanna says he's considering impeaching Bondi over this. Nice. They might actually offer her up. Bondi's not super popular with MAGA. Ro Khanna said if the Department of Justice officials do not adequately demonstrate they're complying with the law requiring the release of documents, that Congress could hold impeachment hearings for AG Bondi and DAG Todd Blanche. That would be phenomenal. Just give us months and months and months of content over everyone in the White House being a file. Explain these redactions. Here it is, Bill Clinton and the Epstein files. That does look super bad. Keep in mind that redactions are meant to cover Epstein's victims, not necessarily just children. And it's also impossible to know which redactions are necessary. Like, my guess is because they have to redact so quickly and they were given very little information on who or what to redact, that they were probably redacting basically every woman they see because they don't know which women are there, consensually and which ones aren't. But we already knew that Bill Clinton was in the file, so. Large portion of the files are redacted, hiding substantive information contained in them. Whoo boy. And this isn't even all the documents. They're failing to comply with the law. They are not getting everything out there on day one. This isn't even half of it. Yeah, this is just part one of the files. We're getting the actual, like, binders, Now, which is illegal. They are legally obligated to release everything. Do you think they have the unredacted stuff? Well, yeah. How do you think they redacted it? It had to be unredacted for them to redact it. Wasn't the law for all of them to be out today? Yes, they have violated the law. Or they will be violating the law by end of day when they do not have everything released. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of documents. Ro Khanna said he believes the DOJ is trying to comply with the law requiring the release of the trove of documents, but he urged the DOJ to explain why they were not able to release all the documents and to explain each redaction. Holy shit. Khanna, who spoke to reporters on a video call as the documents were released, said that all options are on the table as members of Congress and survivors' lawyers comb through the release. I don't know whether there's new info or whether it's stonewalling. Isn't it great that Mike Johnson made the House go home early today so they can't do anything about the violation of the law? Yeah, funny coincidence that Mike Johnson, for no apparent reason, initiated winter break 1 day early so that Congress wasn't in session for the release of the files, which is why Ro Khanna is talking via Zoom to a bunch of journalists rather than speaking at the floor of the House. This is probably going to backfire. Yeah, probably. On first review, many of the files appear heavily redacted. The law mandating the release of the files required the DOJ to redact info that contained identified potential victims of Epstein or contained child sexual abuse material. Seems reasonable. It also allowed the Justice Department to withhold material involved in continuing investigations. Not really relevant. The Justice Department's website also contains a search function, though it's unclear if it's working properly. A query for Epstein returned no results. I saw somebody earlier say, dude, there's no search for Trump in there. But I don't think there's a search for anything in there. So just more shit being broken. Epstein redeemed? I can't believe it, man. Why'd he have to die? That's so fucked up. If only he'd waited for the release of the Epstein files where he would be completely vindicated. Which is illegal, it must be searchable. Yes, it is legally required to be all out there and legally required to be searchable. This guy's taste in art. Yeah, Epstein really did have a horrendous taste in interior decor. It's fucking awful. Though you can see why Trump liked to spend time here, huh? All this gaudy, like, white and gold. Did we get any more Chomsky content? Buddy, the files released less than an hour ago, and they are literally over 100,000 pages. It's going to take a little while. Also, it seems the vast majority of everything has been redacted, so, people are going to run away with that. Ro Khanna is going to question Pam Bondi. The crying child effigies. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't see that. We have the crying baby effigies here underneath the side table. The what? Over here. Just normal decor for a normal guy. Literal devil worshippers. Yeah, man, it's crazy. The QAnon people were right. We really are being run by a cult of satanic pedophiles. It's just the cult of satanic pedophiles was all the guys QAnon liked. Do you think they did satanic shit? Nah, satanic shit probably was the purview of, like, their fathers and forefathers. My guess is that they were too irony-pilled to do it. In their minds, the Skull and Bones Club shit is too hokey. It's like, come on, Grandpa, what are you talking about? They take their pedophilia casually, They're not doing all of this like hocus pocus ritualistic bullshit that shows you care, which is cringe. They're just leaning into it. They're just party boys, Unironic pedos. Yeah, it's Epstein. So yeah, that's true. That is likely. Based on the information that we have, yeah, probably. Is Kevin Spacey in this one? Oh, yeah. Kevin Spacey! There we have Bill, Spacey, Ghislaine, obviously, and I don't recognize these three, though I'm sure if you point it out, sure if you pointed them out, you know, I would know. All right, all right, all right. Okay. It's going to take a little while. It's going to take a while before you'll want to see this one. Are you kidding me, man? This is literally the most famous painting in the Epstein estate. You're gonna want to see this. Everyone's seen this. You're new gen. You're not familiar with the context. Okay, this is literally classic. They're clickbaiting links now. They've been doing that lately in an effort to get me to read them. It really pisses me off, you know? Gone are the days when somebody would be like, yeah, here's a thing of a thing. Now people are like, you're gonna want to see this, Captain. This one, Vosh? This one what? We are not going over every goddamn link you people pull from Twitter, okay? It is going to take a while before the Epstein files, or at least the first chunk of them, are trawled through enough that we know what's going on with them. But this is the vast majority of what we would otherwise be looking at, okay? So no matter what, the lesson to take from this is they did not give themselves enough time to do these redactions intelligently, and they did not have enough people to do those redactions, and they did not train those people well enough. And as a consequence of all of that, this looks really fucking bad. And it's going to be discourse as soon as the House is back in session, and they have basically guaranteed the Epstein files are going to remain the defining subject of the Trump presidency forever. Like, this is the release. There's not going to be a second release of the Epstein files. This is the release of the Epstein files, and they're fucking it up. They've mishandled it. Didn't the FBI have literally like 1,000 people going through it? Well, the FBI was going through some stuff with the DOJ, but this full wave of redaction, they only had about a month to prepare for. And they did not have 1,000 FBI agents, but were instead pulling people from the DOJ, largely from their foreign security people, like foreign affairs people, that's not enough people, not enough time. Remember, the people who were redacting these files were given 4 pages of instructions. Think about that. Hundreds of thousands of documents. Thousands of people, places, names, an unbelievable... We're talking about going through an entire library and censoring stuff selectively. They were given 4 pages of instruction. 4 pages. It's not possible. So they fucked it up. More from Little St. James. Fantastic. That's great. That's great. Look at the oxidized parts that were touched. Yeah. People keep touching his face. Like a good luck thing. Epstein and MJ. Not surprising for a couple of reasons. But yeah. A bunch of redactions of what appear to be memes. Wow, this... Are these blackface pedophile meme? This is what the fuck am I looking at? Think I can take a guess at what this is. Once upon a time, there was a clueless little girl. How do I look? And I'm assuming that this is a bunch of images of the girl, like scrapbook. What is he doing? He wouldn't elastic because the pants are riding up. This is insane. I don't even want this shit on the screen, man. Why are they like this? Well, they're pedophiles. Jesus Christ. It was like it's every day with these people, man. And all the QAnon people have to pretend this isn't real because they're denying Trump's involvement. You know, they can't even get in on the ground floor of the gloating that they were right about, like, the general concept, at least. It's like how yesterday the House Oversight Democrats released some pictures, one of which was a collection of a girl's feet, which had quotes from the book Lolita written on it. That was the foot pics from yesterday. The quotes on it were from the book Lolita. Are we in a movie? No, because in a movie, they would never make it this obvious. Like, if Epstein was portrayed in a movie, he would be like a Bond villain, and his pedophilic tendencies would be referenced like backhandedly by his associates or whatever. And it would be like, I wouldn't say tastefully treated, but it would be like, you know, oh, here's an extra element of how evil he is. I don't think that, like, Bond wouldn't show up to Goldfinger's Island and then instead of it being the wacky fun show horror house that it was. It's just like, here's every room is dedicated to how much of a pedophile he is, you know? Like, here's there's no variation in the theming, at least not from the core premise. It's just, here's the pedophile fun house, and here's the pedophile water slide, and here's the pedophile scrap art book, here's the pedophile topiary garden, you know? Every single one of them pedophile themed. Everything is kids or babies all the time. Epstein with the kid in his lap. I don't want to see this shit, man. Oh shit. I mentioned in this one. Let me stay with him Malibu to Beverly Hills. It's over for me. They found the connection. We don't have to go through all these, man. I don't actually want to. Rokan is disappointed? Yes. There is heavy, 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 heavy censorship. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really want to go through the... So no reference the big guy? We don't know yet. It's only been an hour since the files were released. Also, what has been released is only a small chunk of the total files. The DOJ is illegally withholding the rest of them until they're finished redacting them. And also, we know for a fact they're specifically trying to redact in a way that benefits Trump. Like, we know that, right? Let's not be stupid here. Like, obviously, if they're engaging in these kinds of massive, like dozens of pages in a row, full redactions, of course they're going to be redacting anything involving Trump. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to be real with you. I really just don't want to like go over a bunch of unredacted photos of Epstein being a pedophile. I'm just not interested. I'm really sorry. I'm sure it'd be phenomenal content, but I would prefer to, I don't know, go over highlights tomorrow if that's okay with you guys. You can go through Twitter in the meantime, I suppose. It's gross. Yeah, it's a little gross, I'd say. But you're more interested speculating over a shooter for over an hour? Yeah. An interesting little impromptu mystery versus here's 500,000 photos of pedophiles menacing children. Yeah, do those not feel different to you? A little bit? Slightly? The disgusting, creepy art continues. I just don't know how many times I can, like, see a photo like this and go, yep. Ivanka Trump is in the file. Apparently there's a photo of her, but it's just, like, a photo. I don't know if it's a photo of her with anyone.